Oh shit. Alright, there's no escaping that. Got him! Oh yeah! That was improvised. Maximum improvisation. Hey, if he's not gonna block low, I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. You're trying to flowchart that weird thing with me. Do it. Just fucking do it. he never blocked low. Oh, Jesus Christ. Good trade. Yeah.
I used to upload some pictures and stuff, but now that my laptop is broken,
Ask about me 84.
it might be slightly delayed, but you should follow because, you'll get a chance to see, pictures and stuff first.
Oh god, it's my bane.
Thanks, and I appreciate you guys following the stream. It's really fun.
I'm gonna
so
get
far.
beat by a
We actually get off
streaming
in a little
girl.
bit, but I'll be back on. Oh no, not tomorrow.
She's
I'll be
gonna
back on
prove me as a
tomorrow.
fraud.
Maybe tomorrow,
I don't
early
know.
in the
I
day,
can't take
but-
this. I can't take this.
not
My internet
tomorrow night.
reputation's about to take
But
the
usually
world's
after
biggest
5
down.
5 p.m. Eastern
Because I am a
Standard
fraud
Time.
against Melina.
He's saying
She
how to-
probably knows how to play Melina. God damn, this is gonna hurt so bad. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, protect your feet. Whew.
What the hell?
Careful of those mix-ups. Yeah. Whoa, I can't believe that worked. Alright, whatever. My reputation's attacked. I had to try. Don't mistake that. When I get quiet like that, I am trying. Like, I had to throw out everything I had against her in order to win. Interesting fight. I'd say it was an interesting fight. Like that, she's just still not familiar with myself.
What games do you play?
It was interesting.
He's like, cool, yay. Is it working better now? It's all good. It's all good. Flaming Fist Kung Lao, or Liu Kang, excuse me. You really just want to learn. This is really basic Liu Kang. Like, universal stuff works for him. So, he's really quick, which is really good to utilize this. Don't dash a lot. His dash is quick, but I find that it's much better to just kind of position like this. If you know kind of like what the guy's doing, if he's going to come in for a jump, catch him with that. Just like, just catch him. Like, this is not as good range. This is not good range, but this, look at that. That is, and you recover fast, and you low profile, you know, you're doing Pilates down there. Everything just goes over your head. It's really, really nice. So that's a great move to have. This move right here, mount his combo back 2. That's your overhead. That catches people, especially after you go for your forward 4-4, which is that right there, pow. That's 3 hits. It's actually 2 buttons. You could just condition them like that, so they're just blocking low. Smack them. Just smack them all day long. Just, you know, just knock them down with that. Walk up, smack them. Walk up, smack them. Walk, smack them. Smack them. Smack them all day. All day long. If they're never going to block high, why not? You know? Eventually they're going to block, and it's probably punishable, but online, a lot of people aren't punishing it. The big trick here is learning when you can hit people when they're waking up. You notice that a lot of stuff I would do is, and then, like that. So you see how I'm like, and then they're reset standing, just go right back into it. I mean, it's great, because they're like, okay, he's set, it's neutral. No, it's not set, it's not neutral. And unless they armor wake up, and even then, there's 2 hits, so some armor wake up, you get to blow through it. This is good for armor wake up right here, and I very quickly learned that back 1 and back 2, very quickly, this is a good, quick attack. So like, if you're doing this stuff here and it's not coming out, he's blocking everything in the world, maybe you can do some of that, or just that. You recover quick, blows through some armor. You know, two hit armor. It works pretty good. Yeah, I know there's got to be a quicker, safer combo to do, but I couldn't find it. So that's all your universal stuff. You know, use this back 1, just kind of like check a guy. Doesn't really. It's like. Not super good, but you know, it kind of locks them down a little bit. If they do anything that isn't super startup, it's got a little bit of range to it. I tried not to use it too much because I was going for this. You know, I was doing that, or I was doing that. I love doing that. That's my go-to, and I tried to do this when I could. And look at that damage, it's good. It's really hard to get this buff out, though. You really have to think about it. You really have to do it. There's that. Yeah, that. I never did this. So this is, it's useful, but I mean, like, you have to be in the mindset of, oh, I'm going to parry that. I don't want to parry that. I'm not thinking, I don't want to bank my game on that. I want to bank my game on this. You know, I want to bank that. I want to get them to no longer be, I want them to be scared. I don't want them to get out of the corner. I want to run wild. I want to be a beast. So this is for when you're trying to establish that. This would have been helpful in a lot of ways, like, you know, it gets a lot of players, but, you know, I woke up with that quite a few times, and that's why I chose Liu Kang in the first place, is to get that. But I love the X-Ray. This is the coolest looking X-Ray in the game still, to me, by far. I love it the most. Yeah, so as I was saying, this move here, not to be confused with back 2, which is really good, but down, back 2. Like, I don't know what that is. It's not safe. I guess it has a little bit of armor there. It does a little bit more damage on it. Yeah, I don't know what it does. I don't know why I have it. It's not, it doesn't do a lot. Like, I guess it's another armored wake-up move that just kind of like, you know, get off me or something, but I just wake it up with this a lot. Because it has 2 bonuses. You're either smacking them, or you're effing out of there. You're fucking gone. You're not going to be there, you know? Both of those are awesome things. As long as he doesn't block it, you're out of there. What about this guy? You know, if he blocks it, even if you block, you know, if he blocks that, he's probably able to punish you with it. Like, I don't know. But I know there's a brutality with that. I just don't know what it is or how to do it. I got the brutality once doing that. So that's it. You know, this was a big game changer when I started finding this guy here. You know, recovers pretty quick. It's great on jump-in people who are doing this. Excuse me. When you jump like that, see how this kind of like, you know, they've got this long range because they're Cassie or something. Pretty good. Pretty good deal. If they're just like, you know, gonna be in your face, it low profiles you, so if you kind of delay it a little bit, you can get under a lot of things unless they have a really wide, you know, like Cassie, she's got that big stick when she attacks from the air, you know, that's really hard to get underneath, but like, you know, a lot of other people, it's like, I got it on the Devora chick, you know, that was working pretty good. You know, I wish I could have gotten, you know, this, but the conditions were just not good for it. In any case, you know, what I was going for was this. You see I dropped this a ton. This is what I was going for a lot of the times. But online, it changes that combo extremely bad. Like, extremely. You're just not going to get it because that part right there. You have to... What you're actually doing is canceling, like, really early, but you can't do it too early. And you can't do it too late. So it's a very precise window in which you can X-ray that move. You see what I mean? And then that one's just gonna droop anyway. So it's like, yeah, it's no good. So that's the finicky stuff about Liu Kang that I have found. Just taking him online, I've gotten, this is like the third day. I've at least got, you know, over 12 hours on this guy now. I've gone through it. I still like Flaming Fist. I like this. I like having this option here. This guy here. I like his fireballs. I like the low. I like the high. I like the air. I love the back four. This is my bread. You know, this is where I set up the bread. You know, and then I get my butters right here. His jump-ins are really pathetic, and that's why you don't really see me do it a lot. Sometimes I try and go for that. I'm trying to get a little bit better about like that. You know, but it's really difficult. I love that punch. I love that punch. It looks cool. You know, it's a cool looking move. Yeah, see, I tried to do EX there. It's no good. Let's see here. 1, 2, 1, 2, EX. Nope. 1, 2, 1, 2, EX. Yeah, I don't know. That was like the exact same EX moment. So I don't know. It's very difficult to get that out, I find, online. Whatever the window is, it's different than in training mode. I think I got it like one time. Yeah, you can't even hold it or anything, so. But that's Liu Kang. A couple anti-airs, a couple like traded blows like up in the air. I would try and catch him with this and you would see it pretty often. But it would always drop. So I think what I really needed to do was that. Because it would not, that stuff would miss. Or this would miss. It's like not a range that would really hit. So it would have been better to do something like that. Like hit him out of the air and do that. But every once in a while I would hit him out of the air and just hit him with this accidentally because that's what I was going to do. Like I wasn't going to I didn't react to anything. I just kind of thought about it. You see the range on this is really good. That's you want to get used to that range, you know? You really want to know where that range is. A lot of times, especially after the fists, you know, you want to be set up. A lot of people aren't prepared. I was seeing, you know, I was getting that a lot of the time when I would set them up. You know, when I get the fists out, they weren't ready for that. Like, I don't know. They wanted the EX, maybe. It's really weird. I think that covers just about everything. The only problem... So that's all the cool stuff with Liu Kang. The problems that I have with Liu Kang is simply this. Look at that. Like, it's so hard to do. So hard to do. So hard. Look at that. I can't even do it offline. And, like, when I do finally get it, another command comes out. Like, I don't know why that comes out. I'm not hitting a button after the directions. I'm not hitting a button at all. It's the weirdest thing. And if you do that forward 2-1 too soon, it's so weird. I don't understand. You can see in the combat log right there, I do the motions, and yet an attack comes out. And it's like, why? It's so weird. It's the most finicky shit ever, but if you can get it, it looks cool. I love it. It's great, and if you can buff yourself up, you get great damage from it. Even if you fuck it up, it's good damage with the buff. Honestly, I did need to use the buff more. I wish I could figure out how to get that to reliably come out. I mean, it's just so good. And you know, you can also EX from it. Which I did one time. I one fight I managed to EX it out and get the 50%. Which was really badass. It was in the corner. That was pretty fun. Yeah, so that's really my biggest gripe right now. I cannot land this. I can't land it with any consistency. I can do it on offline, but online the timing is just out the fucking door. It's no good. What else? What else sucks with this guy? I didn't feel his pokes were that good. Like this is a long startup. People were just mashing it out. I could not get it. You know, none of these were. This feels like it's just longer, just as long, but it doesn't feel like this one even feels like it takes a long time. You can't even mash it out that well. Yeah, I don't know. They don't feel good. His pokes don't feel good. I like this stuff here. I don't know. It does not feel good. And then when you go online, all this poking stuff just goes out the window. It's harder to do it, you know, especially if they're blocking or not. So I don't like Liu Kang's pokes. His normals aren't that good. His stuff like that is not good, but his combos are good. And he is quick. This is a shitty. This seemed like it was working on people who were very careless. Kind of a good anti-air. I don't know what else he's got for an anti-air. Doesn't really seem like he has much else. Maybe just that. No, you know what? Just go for this each and every time. That's your anti-air. Not even. Don't do that. That doesn't work very well. Maybe something like that. Doesn't lead to anything though. Maybe that. I don't know. In any case, anti-air in this game is generally pretty hard. Like I find Johnny has a tough time with it. You know, Liu Kang has a tough time with it. It's really it's when you're in the air, it's, you know, there's a lot of, you can't really do much. You really have to stop them from either going into it, so you kind of keep distance and then hit them with that when they come down, or, you know, just learn to react, which I haven't done yet. I'm still struggling on my reaction so bad. So those are the two things that are really bad, that I'm specifically having a hard time with. His basic mid-screen combo is shitty. I mean, look at that. It just whiffs. And then when you try to go for the Shaolin Fist, it's just, you know, it's not there. It thinks you're putting something else. But you have to put it in super duper fast, or else you're not going to get the forward, back, forward, that. So, pretty shitty. Third thing that I don't like, this guy right here. This is a shitty this is a shitty neutral jump. It's so bad. Look at that. You have to get so low, so bad. And you know, a lot of the times when I was jumping, like, you know, back or forward and doing the punch, I was not winning my pokes. These people were all just beating me out. Yeah, you throw in latency and it's harder. It's harder to get those pokes out. And you need somebody, you know, that can kind of counter poke, that can uppercut. A lot of these just don't feel good online. They don't work that well online. The timing is really difficult, and no matter how much I play, the timing is just always really, really hard. I think this is probably a better, you know, if you really want to catch a guy out of the air, that might work better, but I was hitting all sorts of buttons when people were coming. I was getting nothing. Like, I was not beating people out. I wanted to do shit like that, you know. Again, like, that would have been awesome as balls, but really hard to do online. I'm trying to get the second one out, but I still get that. Like, again, that's my biggest gripe, is that his combo, his forward, back, forward, is mixing up with another option. It's option selecting something, and I don't know why it's remembering that triangle. I'm not pressing triangle. The triangle is already out, so it shouldn't be doing that. Might be a bug. I don't know. But it certainly doesn't feel like something that they intended. It really doesn't. I think that covers everything. That covers all my gripes with Liu Kang. Out of everything, I still like Liu Kang a lot. He's really fun. He feels pretty good. Like, his speed is really top-notch. I don't want to say it's super up there, but it's up there. And you could really bully a dude if you're in the mindset. If you want to get in the face of someone, like, all his buttons are good. Like, even that Kung Lao player was struggling when I would turn this shit on. You know, he was like, oh fuck, you know, this fucking guy. The only thing I don't like is that a lot of those combos don't have a lot of, they don't seem to work in a wide variety of situations. Like, if this catches somebody jumping away or jumping in, it leaves them, it leaves it really, really awkward, and I can't really follow up with anything. I can't just keep going with what I usually do. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I think that's it. Pretty sure that solves it. But you know what? Yeah, that does do it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to put Liu Kang on the shelf for now. I don't feel like I'm getting any better with him. I just spent, you know, 2.5 hours trying to figure it out, and I feel like I've hit a plateau with the guy. If I really loved the character, I would take him farther. But right now, I do have a Liu Kang. I have a Liu Kang, you know. I feel like I could bust him out, and I could do stuff, and I won't get completely clowned on. I feel good with the guy. If I really, maybe later in life, I'll come back and end up really liking him. But right now, I'm going to put him on the shelf and just take it easy with Flame Fist. You know, and I'd have a better time with the other variation, I know, but fuck the other variation. I want to play Flame Fist. I like Flame Fist. It's cool. It looks awesome. You know, I get a buff that just fucking goes crazy town with these guys. You know, 34%? Gimme. Fucking give it to me. I want it. Like, I want all that. And I love this X-ray. I'd never get tired of this X-ray. Just kick the shit out of him, punch the shit out of him. I love it. I fucking love it. It's Shaolin as fuck. God, it's so cool. Alright. God. So that's Liu Kang. That's my Liu Kang. I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of different ways Liu Kang can go. I'm sure there's a lot of different experiences that people have with Liu Kang, but this is when just taking him online, going at it, you know, still really just trying to get the basics of Mortal Kombat 10 down. You know, this is my experience with Liu Kang. Okay, that's kind of the approach of it, is kind of going in with this stuff. That's the bread and butter. And I'm sure a lot of people just be like, this variation's no good, you know, you'd be doing a lot better in Dragon's Fire. You'd be doing all this, but it would all be enhanced in Dragon's Fire, especially with the bicycle kick, so. But, there you go, that's my Liu Kang.